Hello, my fellow creators, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I've decided to make a summer-themed card using some patriotic colors, since 4th of July is just around the corner. I didn't have a stencil I wanted, so in the spirit of using what's in my stash, I created my own stencil using the Shimmer Burst background die by Simon Says Stamp. Once I attached my cardstock to the stencil, I began blending using Distress Ink Blueprint Sketch. I followed that with some fired brick for the perimeter of the starburst. As you can see, I needed it to be just a bit darker. I wasn't happy with the first blending, so I went in and did a bit more. Once I was happy with the ink blending, I thought I would add just a little bit of shimmer to blend the two. So I used Silvery Shimmer by Delicata. When I was happy with the blending of all my colors, I cleaned up my stencil and then placed it back over my panel, slightly off kilter. I pulled in some Nouveau Glimmer paste so that I could add some sparkle to my card. I did set this aside to dry for a few hours before cutting my panel with Simon Says Stamp stitched rectangle die. Of course, I cleaned up my stencil right away. I placed my cut panel in my MISTI, best tool ever by the way, and I placed my sentiment where I wanted it on the card. The stamp set I used was Four Seasons Sayings by Simon Says Stamp. I placed the sentiment in the bottom right-hand corner of the card, using the same ink colors I had used to blend my burst. At this point, I thought my panel was missing something. So I went through my stash and decided to add some twine that I had bought at Dollar Tree years ago. I had just the right colors too. As you can see from the back of my panel, I use up all of my scraps of cardstock. Nothing goes to waste in my hops. I added some fun foam to the back of my panel to give it some dimension, using double-sided tape to adhere it to the card panel as well as to the background. Here I decided to add the panel to some blue cardstock, which is Recollections cardstock from Michaels, which, again, I had in my stash. I knew it needed more color than just the small blue trim around the panel. So I added it to red cardstock. Again, Recollections cardstocks by Michael. And then to silver cardstock by Michael's as well. At this point, I decided to add a bow, which, as you can see, I'm struggling just a bit with. Bows are not my favorite thing to do, but I keep trying. Once I was happy with my bow, I added it with a glue dot. At this point, I thought, okay, card's done. Let me add it to the base. So, using my art glitter glue, I added my panel to my card base, which is also Recollections paper from Michaels. Well, that should have been it, but I felt it needed more. So I reached for my Silver Moondust Nouveau drops to add just one final touch to the card. And there it is, the final product. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'd be thrilled if you subscribe or follow me on my other social media, which are linked in the description. Have a beautiful, safe, and crafty day.